Anke Ma'at, Hetep Heru. Welcome back to Kemetic Tuesdays. Today I want to talk about the sons of Heru. Um, of course, I'll be doing a separate session on Heru. I've done one before, but I'd love to do another one. But for this session, I want to talk about the sons of Heru as a concept relating to the stages of development within our spiritual journey or within our sonship. So here we go. Starting off with the nature Heru. The name Heru means that which is above, or he who sits up high. Represented by the falcon, Heru is the nature that represents the Most High, or more importantly, the sons of the Most High. He is a principle of the sun's position in heaven, in the heavens, seated in divine royalty. He is a depiction, right, of setting your mind on things above. He's a concept of living from above, living from the heavens, while also functioning below, being heavenly minded, but actually some earthly good. So just continuing with this, in this presentation, I'm going to show you how the sons of Heru operate and function kind of like stages of development within Heru consciousness or sun consciousness, Christ consciousness, Christhood, sonship. So the four sons of Heru are Imseti, Hapi, Duamutef, and Gebsenef. Each of them are associated with different organs, elements, and properties. I'm not going to be going over in too deep them on their own, just as natures, just as they pertain to this specific concept. So first, the first stage in sonship, the first stage of your spiritual journey, the first stage of Heru consciousness is Imseti. Imseti is the man-headed sun, which represents emotions. He is associated with the liver, the color green, and the element of earth. In Heru consciousness, Imseti represents emotional maturity. This is where we begin to filter out our soul in order to master our emotional state, as well as grow in compassion and sensitivity to the world around us, to the emotional state of others. So this is where you start. You start with working on you first, getting your heart in order, changing the way you see yourself, dealing with the chaos that you have going on the inside of you. And oftentimes when you start to do work on yourself, it changes the way that you view the world around you. So you start to grow in compassion. Now, next, we have the dimension of Hapi. Hapi is the baboon-headed sun that represents the intellect, activism, and being outgoing or outspoken. He's associated with the lungs, the heart, the color blue, and the element of air. In Heru consciousness, Hapi is a progression of Imseti in that he obtains a burden for the issues of others and begins to speak up or stand up for others. In this stage, we begin to build community as we begin to understand the connectedness of all of creation. So in Imseti, you started to work on yourself. Let's just say you start to love yourself, and that makes it easier for you to love your neighbor. Once you move into the happy dimension, you love your neighbor to the point where you're able to fight for your neighbor. That your neighbor's issues become your issues, and you're able to steward that. So next, we have Duamutef. Duamutef is the jackal-headed sun that represents energy and creativity. He's associated with the stomach and the large intestines, the color red, and the element of fire. This is the stage where our souls become reignited and creativity springs forth. This is also the stage in which we begin to see in higher realms. What was invisible to Hapi is made visible to Duamutef. You may also begin to obtain a grasp on utilizing the power from above. So Duamutef is starting to blur the lines between the natural world and the spirit world. He's starting to see into the spirit. He might also start to tap into the power of the spirit. right? So this is where some supernatural manifestations start to come into effect. You're getting comfortable with another world. Your love has lifted you to a different plane. And finally, we have Gebsenef, who is the falcon-headed sun representing purity. He's associated with the small intestines, the color white, and water. In this stage, you are residing in a place of purity, purity in both vision and purity in behavior. You are now comfortable living from above. Where Duamutef was able to see and sometimes access, Gebsenef is able to live in and function from. In this stage, you are living in heavenly places rather than visiting. This also brings mastery and the ability to utilize the power from above. It can also be said that in this stage, the sun, or Heru, has returned to heaven. So in this final stage of maturity, development, you come back in the form of your father. This is why Gebsenef looks just like Heru with the falcon head. It's the full return. You are comfortably seated in heavenly places and you live there now. It's not a place that you can see. It's not a place that you're just gaining information from or inspiration from. It's now the place where you dwell. The heavens become your dwelling place. So that's all I have for y'all for this session. The question I'd have you answer in the comments is, what stage are you in? Are you someone that's just starting out? You're in the Imseti dimension. Are you someone caught in Hapi? Are you moving into Duamutef? Or have you found yourself in the Kebsenef dimension? Talk to me in the comments. But that's it for this session. For more information, more content like this, consider checking out the Patreon. But everything can be found on caveofmystery.org. I love y'all. Until next time, y'all be blessed. Later.